roosting house.
A roosting house, not like Westinghouse.
No. It's built to keep the birds warm in the winter. It has the hole in the bottom for them to enter, and the heat rises up, and there's no vent in here, so that keeps them warm. The inside has shelves, something like a chicken coop, for them to sleep, and you'll get a bunch of birds gathering in there over the winter to keep warm. And it has insulation all around the side, so when you put the door on, they stay nice and warm and protected.
Nice.
And this will help save the birds in Kingston over the winter.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they need a place to stay, and this is about as good as it gets.
Nice, and that keeps them warm so they save energy. They don't have to eat as much food. If they're
Correct.
cold, they have to eat twice as much food just
Correct,
to stay
yep.
warm and waste time and energy.
They will leave in the morning and they will come back in the evening.
Nice.
So, and it's all for small birds. So we don't have to worry about and nobody realizes how many birds die in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
Because the cats eat them.
That's right. Yeah, because they hang out near bird feeders and the cats sit
cats
there
get it.
picking them off.
So this will help protect the birds over the winter.
I don't mind living in one of those. How big
nice.
does it make them?
Nice.
We'll do tiny
It's not
houses.
cats that are after me, it's other folk.
Nice. They have to measure your shoulder width to make the hole
It's
proper.
looking pretty cozy. I like it.
Thank you.
It's like a hobbit meets a
That's
duplex
beautiful.
meets a cat.
And Al, are these available
Yes,
at
Adams.
Adams?
Adams Fairacre Farm.
Adams.
And if you go on my website at almassa.com.
See, now you got to do it again because they weren't even on there.
Well, that's all right. We're
I
going to
think
be
you do a
on
run
the
through.
internet.
I did a
We're
run
all
through.
over the social media. That's why we're here, because we
Okay.
do this 100 ways.
Go to almassa.com and you'll see my website. You go to the roosting houses. And if you go on there until Thanksgiving, we'll do free shipping.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Yes. that'll
And
set
he
me
says
back
that
some.
with a little excruciating look on his face
Because
because
the
the
bird-
shipping costs as much as the
They're heavy. It's not
the
like
house.
sending you a pair of earrings, you know.
That's right. Does that go surface? How does that go? Can you ship? How far can you ship?
I'll ship anywhere in the lower 48 states. It
Nice.
usually costs $20.
Nice.
I do a flat rate shipping fee, which I'm going to waive till Thanksgiving.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's a limited number of them too, because I make them all by myself. So
Wow.
it's not like I have a factory.
How long does
That's
each one
right.
take?
Too
It all
long.
depends.
Too long.
Sometimes it takes me a couple hours, and sometimes I work on them for. I'll have them there, and I'll leave them around, and add to it as I go along. If it's something I don't like, I'll add it. If I find a piece of wood I like, I'll add it. But
Nice.
sometimes it could be days before I finish one. But I only have a limited number. But I want to hear some Italian music.
Yeah. Well, this is Italian.
Italian,
This is music
Got a lot of Italian friends.
liked by
That's
Italians. Yeah. That's excellent. That's what we like to hear.
What do you hear?
And it's got all the stuff that we want to go with our dining experience here. It's bubbly. It's sweet.
I
It's
don't know about that.
refreshing.
This one's a little bit mean-spirited, but
Mean
still like
spirited. That's all right.
we'll still like it.
Hey, our county executive's mean spirited. It'll fit right in.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the Italian Show, the Italian Hour here on WKNY. We're here every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. And we've been here for a while. We're going to be here a while longer. We're a community building experiment. And right now we're going to hear a little bit of music. And this is an homage to our county executive. This one goes out, and we want to thank him for being there, for supporting the railroad, and for being a friend of our local economy and all the beautiful people here, 180,000 voters and taxpayers and residents of Ulster County. So let's have some music, shall we?
Oh, that was an
is-
excellent intro.
This
by the
is
way.
live music in the studio. Lots of talent here. Matteo is going to play for us.
Yeah, we're Taylor Rock from New Paltz, New York. Well, not me and my other bandmates, but they're not here right now. I'm going to play a song off a CD that we're making called Anime Nightmare. So I guess you were right to dedicate this song. There you go. So easy for you to say goodbye. When you're tired and you're out of your mind. But you shouldn't see how much I really care. 'Cause when you reach for me, I won't be there. You can see how much I really care. 'Cause when you reach for me, I won't be there. You can see how much I cry. See, there's a joy here out of my life. So easy for you to walk away. When you're stressed out and you're underpaid. But you can see how much I really care. 'Cause when you reach for me, I won't be there. You can see how much I really care. 'Cause when you reach for me, I won't be there. You can see how much I cry. See, there's a joy here out of my life.
All right. Thank you very much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Matteo in the house. And we want to thank all the talent that comes regularly to the Italian show here every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. We have artists, we have musicians, we have photographers, we have authors, we have chefs, we have wonderful young people.
With good hair.
Yes, with good hair.
I mean, you have a wood builder too.
That's right. We
That's
have
pretty dope.
talented people in the house. And Al Massa was just prior explaining the merits of having a newfangled roosting nest
Bust
for
it
your
out again.
birds. Save
Put it
the
up here.
birds.
Feature that baby.
Yeah, we're trying to save the rails. We're also trying to save the birds. Not everybody realizes a lot of birds perish during the cold winter months in the Catskill Mountains in the Hudson Valley due to lack of proper housing and lack of good food, because we do a lot of things around here to make life difficult for all living things, including taxpayers in Ulster County. I want to remind you, as I go to the county legislature meetings again, struggling to squeeze in all the meetings, and it's fun when you talk to yourself, but we actually address the taxpayers, all 180,000 plus or minus taxpayers. The shrinking numbers in Ulster County just goes to show you the people are like birds getting ready to go south for the winter, but many of them won't come home. They'll go move to Florida, and they'll go move to Puerto Rico and Cuba, and maybe even Paris, France, where my sister is on her way back from today. Sometime today, if anybody's interested, Annie Schmooney, Annie Marie is coming back to visit the States from across the pond. And a shout out to Mom, who's homesick. So that's the impetus for getting my sister to come running back before the end of the year. So we'll celebrate Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk to Graziano Tecchi about Thanksgiving recipes. I don't know if he's on the line on hold or if he's going to be calling in momentarily, but hopefully he's out there listening. We're going to talk about turkey stuffing, all the side dishes, and a lot of Italian specialties. I know my Thanksgiving dinner revolved around lasagna, Stuffed breast of veal, stuffed artichokes, a little roasted chicken, some turkey, some gravy, some mashed potatoes, some sweet potatoes, some regular salad, some biscuit, a lot of wine, you know, and some coffee.
I sure like
Pie. Don't forget the pie.
Yeah,
We do apple pies. I used to have the fun job of baking, commercial baking. And so I made the apple pies, the blueberry pies, the pumpkin pies, the sweet potato pies, the pecan pies, the cheesecake shoved in a pie crust.
It's more music to me.
Yeah, music to my ears. And it was all made with love. And now we're retired from that because it's excruciating work and long hours.
Putting the love elsewhere.
The 120 hours. Yeah, we're investing all our time, energy, and love into community building in Kingston, feeding people, clothing people. And speaking of feeding people, every Wednesday, First Baptist Church does a free community meal 10 months out of the year. And the 10 months would include every month but June and July, or July and August, pardon me, the 2 hot months where we have no air conditioning. But the third Wednesday of the month is partly the responsibility of the Italian show members and guests and supporters to put it on and to make it happen. And last week we had chicken and more chicken and rice and a bunch of stuff, side dishes. It was great. It's awesome. It's always clean, fresh, and good. And we invite people to come over there and hang out. And this month we get a special treat because the third Wednesday was chicken, and now we have next Wednesday, which is the day before Thanksgiving. So 2 days in a row you can eat for free and enjoy community building, meeting friends and neighbors at the First Baptist Church, the intersection of Broadway and Albany Avenue in Kingston, New York. Also at the intersection of 587, the connecting road between exit 19 on the New York State Thruway. You can come from anywhere. Come visit us. First Baptist Church. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you can't make it, you can send your well wishes and prayers for all people who couldn't be there to partake. So we'll be there. This is, I believe, the 17th year, something like that. Also, Clinton Avenue Church doing a stand-up job. They're there breakfast, lunch, and in some cases dinner every day of the year. They have wonderful things going on. Find them the only church on Clinton Avenue between uptown and downtown, somewhere in Midtown, near the intersection of Liberty Street. So thanks again. Now, we had great music. We'll probably have more.
Can I cut you off? You
Yeah.
have the best memory I've ever seen. There is no paper in front of this guy.
Well,
None.
paper wouldn't help me. I'm visually impaired, so I have a problem when people say, "Oh, just read it." I'm like, "Yeah, right." I just ignore it, and I have to rack my brain and find out what gives. What gives. And what gives today is a little refreshment from my Italian friends at Martinelli's sparkling apple cider. You could always put a shot of vodka in it if you need alcohol, but it's really tasty stuff.
You don't need no alcohol in this, man. It's great.
No, it's good. And owning an apple orchard in the Catskill Mountains with trees that are about 150 years old, I know all about hard apple cider. I have to tell in my annual story of hard apple cider, I hid a gallon of apple cider under a hood of a 1967 Ford short bed F-Series pickup. And it was a truck I was working on, and I hid it there, and I forgot about it for a month or two. And it was in the fall, and I was splitting wood, and I decided with my friend Rene Gutierrez from Puerto Rico, he came over and was helping me split wood, and I got so thirsty around the hot sun all day, so I remembered, hey, I got this apple cider here. So I popped the bloated plastic container, and the fizz and the smell of sulfur kind of went past my nose, and I thought, oh my, this is going to be interesting, but I was so thirsty it didn't matter. So I chugged about half of it. Within minutes, I was on my back watching the sky and the world turn. So what that TV show As the World Turns must have been based on hard apple cider, the experience of people splitting wood. I don't know, but the world was turning. Renee was laughing at me, and I couldn't get up for a couple of hours. It was cute. But so that's my hard apple cider memories from being my childhood. And I wasn't 21. I was about 18. So apparently there's no age limit for drinking hard apple cider when you're splitting wood in the mountains of Shandaken. So the Italian show is here every Sunday, 1 to 2 p.m. And again, it's a community building show. So you don't need to be Italian, but you need to either like ice cream or know somebody that grows garlic or tomatoes or basil or something like that. You can we'll hypnotize you We don't deputize people around here, we hypnotize them. And once you're hypnotized, you come in every Sunday, you break bread, you have a little drink, a little nosh, a little this and that. We salute each other, and the fact that we're here for another week, that's an awesome thing. We have to thank God. Everybody here, thank you again for being here. Warren Lawrence is always in the house, and we're waiting for Graziano Tecchio. He's out there babysitting, having a great time. He's actually moving back to Kingston. He was far, far away. Now he's back, and he's here for a purpose. So we'll tell you what the purpose is pretty soon. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving. I have chestnuts to roast. And we have
on an open fire.
Yes, an open fire. I love them roasted on open fire. I made a mistake one time of not putting the slit, and they made the world's largest popcorn. And very dangerous popcorn. And then speaking of Italian people and funny things, my friend George, who's since passed, Pignatello, nice little Italian boy, he said, Frank, how do you do these spaghetti squash in a microwave? And I told him, you got to pierce it like Michael Myers. You go crazy on it with it, put about 50 holes in it, and then you pop it in there 15, 20 minutes, and you're good. Well, he put it in there for 15, 20 minutes. He forgot to pierce it. He blew the door off the microwave. And he brings me the bent, mangled remains of this, the microwave, and he says, how do you fix this? I said, what happened here? He says, yeah. I forgot to pierce the spaghetti squash. He pierced it all right. He blew it right through the wall, took the door off the microwave, brought it to me in pieces, and said, how can I fix this? You fix it by don't do it. Don't do that.
Don't do that anymore.
So it was cute. And he passed away, an awesome artist and creative woodworker of the highest order, similar to Al Massa. Wonderful, wonderful guy. And he will be sorely missed, but I'll see him again someday. And we want to make sure that everybody that hasn't already tried it, go down to the Kingston Plaza, go online, check out the Catskill Mountain Railroad Polar Express deal going the next 7 weeks. It's in the middle of week 1. And we have 4 trains today.
Do it.
Largely
do
sold
it now.
out.
Yeah,
do it.
For?
That's right. And don't forget Danny DeVito, the twin, Arnold's twin. Danny DeVito is a wonderful guy. We'll probably have him in on the show. We invited lots and lots of people. We're expecting Maria Todaro from the Metropolitan Opera fame, and Luiati, of course, they've been invited. And folks from the Italian Foundation always welcome here, we know that, and they don't need any invitation. We have an open door policy. Al knows about that. You just walk right in through the open door. Help yourselves, make yourself at home, get comfortable, schmooze, talk about things Italian and local economies. One of them is built here the last 150 years by the Catskill Mountain Railroad in the Ulster and Delaware. One of the largest economic engines that could in the history of the United States. Still fighting for a right to be here. Very interesting, curious situation. And you'll see, 25,000 plus or minus souls milling around the plaza in pajamas, going to local restaurants and hotels and motels, bed and breakfast inns, and so on. And you'll know they're from the Catskill Mountain Railroad based on their attire. Last night we had a group of 27 people in matching pajamas. Last year we had 33. They're hard to miss. They come from sizes 0 and smaller, from age 1 month to all the way up to 105 was the oldest. 101, 105. Had 2 people over the last 3 years that were of that age bracket. And you don't need to be ambulatory. We have wheelchair accessible facilities, including those really cool blue outhouses.
Ooh, those are shiny.
You gotta love them, and I get there early and use them before anybody else.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta use them before anybody else. And the accessible ones are great because they're extra wide and extra comfy and extra cold. But we have lights in there, and you'll love that. And the candy canes, again, I have to mention, we don't want to mix them with porta potties, but we want to make sure you know that the candy canes are the best on the planet.
I still have my bell.
Oh, you have your bell?
I still have my bell from the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I kept it.
Wow, if you have it
keepsake.
handy, it's a great keepsake. And if you have it handy, Mike from Lincoln Eagle will come, and he will film it and make it famous. He's trying to chronicle all the wonderful things about the Polar Express, and takes pictures and puts them in his newspaper and puts them online. Let people know that this is something not to be missed. there's something to be said for children in onesies with diapers dancing in the aisles and singing Christmas carols and just being happy. You know, they go berserk when they get to the North Pole, which is built by Monster Studios in Ulster County,
Oh, cool.
related to the Haunted Hayrides and Frosty Fest. You want to check those out, two very large and high quality situations on Route 9W in the town of Ulster, or Esopus. I can't tell the difference. I think it's the town of Ulster. But in any event, Route 9W south of Kingston, go check out Frosty Fest. And if you missed the Halloween festivities, go see them next year. Check them out. So, what are we going to do? We're going to listen to more of your playing. You want to play? I'm ready, almost ready for another one of those Italian songs you got there. Is this one as upbeat?
This one's a little bit more upbeat.
This one's upbeat.
But all my songs are mean-spirited. So
All right,
I'm
we
sorry.
love it. Mean-spirited songs
I'm sorry.
here on the
I
Italian
tried,
Show. You
I
heard it
really
here
do.
first.
This
All right.
song is called Angel.
Oh,
Hope you
how
enjoy it.
appropriate. Named after Angel. This one goes out to Angel.
It's nice.
Angel's in the house with Matteo.
Days turn into weeks, months turn into years, staring into your eyes. Life is way too short to be wondering who is wrong or right. I would like to enjoy your company till the end of time. So lay down next to me, touch me softly, and put your lips against mine. My angel, my angel. Focus on the good, forget about the bad, leave it all behind. I did wrong to you, you did wrong to me. Forget about that life. 'Cause I believe you're an angel sent to me that I can't deny. So lay down next to me, touch me softly, and put your lips against mine. My You're my I believe you're an angel sent to me that I can't deny. Lay down next to me, touch me softly, put your lips against mine. My angel, my
All right, give it up for Matteo.
Thank you.
We want to thank you so much every time for being here.
Oh, by
all
the
of
way,
you.
I didn't get to tell you, but let me get close to the mic here because I want everybody to hear this very nice and clear. I'm playing today for a
Oh.
fundraiser in New Paltz, New York.
That's a wonderful thing. How convenient to come on
And
in.
yeah, this is very convenient, isn't it?
Very
Ha ha ha!
He's smart,
I'm
smart
playing
and
at
good
Snug
looking.
Harbor. It's a fundraiser for Native Americans, and we go on at 4:30. So if you're in New Paltz, you're in earshot of this, come down and listen to the whole band play. I mean,
Awesome.
we'll have the whole band.
Wonderful.
So,
That's wonderful.
it's downtown New Paltz. Everybody, I figured everybody knew where it was. I don't even know the address.
Bacchus?
But- No, Snug Harbor.
Snug Harbor.
Yes,
Okay, it's
it's
downtown.
right by
New Paltz.
Shotseas.
Sounds cozy.
All right.
So I don't know the address. I'm sorry. I'm ill prepared. But
Probably
I am playing there today. If
off
anybody
Main
wants
Street.
to show up, off Main Street.
Off Main Street. You can't miss it.
You
Snug
can't
Harbor.
miss it.
Downtown.
Oh yeah.
New
Can't miss
Paltz.
it.
And the fun part about that is my children, part Native American,
Mine's too.
and that's a wonderful thing. My girls, Haley and Callista, love goes out to them as always. And the interesting thing that Native Americans helped to create this area. You know, if you go out on the farms in the area, you're going to find artifacts from Native Americans in the soil. Every time we plow the fields or dig something, you find your arrowheads and your spearheads and other tools that were left there, you know, over the millennia. So we talk about Americans, you know, first Americans here.
By the way,
60,000
Uncle
years.
Riley looked up the address. It's 38 Main Street, New Paltz, New York.
38 Main
Just in case you
Street.
wanna stick that in your
Go check them
navigation.
out. What time does your show go on?
We go on at 4:30. I'm pretty sure the show goes on all day. But we
Beautiful.
go on at 4:30, and
4:30.
It'd be really awesome if you guys came and checked it out. Whoever's out there and wants to hear some music and support a good cause.
Beautiful.
Please do, show up.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'll be happily ensconced at the tent uptown in the plaza next to Michael's Candy. Michael's Candy Canes will be there with chocolate dipped and wintergreen and peppermint and cherry flavored hearts and solid chocolate trains and engines and yeah, more trains. The candy canes come from small to I call medium. The medium's about 2 feet. The large is 12 feet. They're 60 pounds and they're a lot of money. But the fun part is that you can go check them out, see them being made here at the corner of St. James and Broadway in Kingston.
You're saying this is one of the last.
The
Candy
candy
cane
canes.
manufacturers in
Yeah, it's the one of two that still make them by hand. It's the Ultimate Candy Company. It's going on 100 years old.
Wow.
I think they started in 1917, and Michael or Santa Claus will call and correct me if I'm wrong, but Michael's been there going on 37 years. And Mike Brigley and his family are working like Santa's helpers, doing the best job ever creating candy canes for people like Disney and the NFL. People at the White House and people in Dubai eat these candy canes, and they eat them because they're the best. I've eaten some, I know. I've been eating them now for about 50-something years. So half a century of tasting them and comparing them. They're great. They don't stick to your teeth. They're silky. They look like they're glass ornaments, only they're edible. And they're made with the highest quality peppermint and cane sugar grown in the United States. Imagine that, by humans.
Yum.
And
Is there humans
no,
doing things now?
well, the
Still doing
aliens
things, candy
aliens are doing things. You know, a lot of machines and robots are making things nowadays. But these are all handmade. You can watch them being made through the giant windows. You can watch it like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Only it's Mike Brigley's Chocolate Factory, Michael's Candy Corner, St. James and Broadway in Kingston, in Ulster County. If you don't know where it is, it's just off the Thruway exit 19. So, Riley, tell me, since we're all here, you've done such a great job with the Happy Spots, and you're doing it working with the Kingston High School,
Yeah.
the art department,
The pug group.
and people like Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis helping with all the woodworking.
Dennis
My
was-
pleasure.
And Angel and Natalia also helping to probably, you know, set things up and be supportive. I know myself, I believe in you and your
forget
art
Boogie
and your
Mouse.
cause. And that's why we love to have you here as a guest whenever possible.
Oh, I like me.
You're going to be staying with us?
Yeah, my goal is to stay. It was
All
a
right.
pop-up project, but the community seems to like it, and yeah, it feels like it's growing roots. So my goal is to start.
I noticed your art at
Rising in
Peace
love with the
Nation.
city, for sure. Yeah.
I noticed
so-
the happy spot in front of Peace Nation. Is that the first one, or is that my
was.
imagination?
Peace Nation asked for something in honor of International Day of Peace.
Mhm.
So we made a happy spot with doves and olive branches for them, and
Beautiful.
that was the first installation. And then the new project is 100 students at Kingston High with 100 flowers on 100 yellow happy spots. And then on the back of them there are ideas for how to make Midtown a brighter place.
Beautiful.
And we're presenting those ideas to the mayor's office. And then the flowers will pop up in a surprise location sometime during winter somewhere in Midtown.
Beautiful. Well, you know, that's a great project, and I would encourage you to continue that. Also, encourage art students and teachers from all over the world, and out of the world too, but mostly in the planet Earth, Third Rock from the Sun, if you would kindly contact you at, how do they find you
You can
online?
find us right now at www.intoyellow.com, INTOyellow.com. All the happy spots feature International Optimism Yellow, which is a color we developed as a collaborative platform for creatives and communities to make optimistic works of art for public. And then there's also a happyspots.com. So if you check out happyspots.com, you can sign up, and it's your way of kind of casting a vote to get happy spots near you.
Nice.
So we'll be selling products and doing fundraising to get these kind of civic art installations. Basically, our goal is to just try to make a brighter community and create ways that creatives and communities and organizations can come together to brighten neighborhoods.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you're still
Particularly now in the
going.
world.
You're doing great. The studio, the gallery looks awesome.
Thank you.
I seen your work in Brooklyn the other day, by the way. Yesterday I was there.
Oh, cool.
And I seen your paint cans
Oh, cool.
in Brooklyn yesterday. So this
awesome.
this is spreading out.
Yeah.
This is
it's
a very good thing, and I feel everybody should be a part of this. And we're glad that you're the first.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Has to be
We've
the
had
first.
we've had a lot
Wonderful.
of artists coming by the space, just saying, "Hey, we want to participate somehow." So, people who don't live in Kingston can also participate by ordering a can of International Optimism Yellow. 50% of the proceeds of whatever art is made with that can of yellow goes to artists, and then 50% goes to depression awareness causes and You, Me, We, which is a B Corp and think tank to create these kind of projects.
Wonderful. Well, we thank you always for coming into the show and being a positive influence on Midtown Kingston in particular, but all people all over, between San Francisco, where you originate,
Yeah.
and New York City, and now northern New York here in the upstate. Kingston, New York. Art friendly. Art friendly. And the woodworking available at Adams Fairacre Farms. The gallery in Midtown you can check out at the intersection of Broadway, O'Neill, and Henry. A funny three-street intersection that has lots of great stuff like Peace Nation Cafe, which also a member and a supporter of our show here, and the community garden projects called Opus 42 from the Center